Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So today we will be taking a look at an independent oracle deck called the Illuminated Earth Oracle. So this is the box. And this was created by Claire Mack. This is what the box, the inside of the box. And just plain green inside, and then here is the little guidebook that goes with it. So it just goes directly into the meanings of each of the cards. So there's like a short paragraph for each of the keyword, and so at the end you just have a note about the art, and it also talks about the symbols that you'll find on the cards themselves. So for these symbols, it's origin, wholeness, completion, positive association, negative association, and an interaction of matter. So that is the little guidebook that goes with it. And here you have the cards. So these are the backs. They are not reversible. It's a different print. Card is like a smooth mat. It's perfect thickness. It snaps back well. And it has a beautiful matte finish. Okay, so let's zoom in and take a look at all of the cards. So I got in real close so that you can see the details of the cards. This deck is not in order. And again, it has this border which frames the art well, because it's like a border but not really a border, because the art extends over the lines. And then you have a keyword at the bottom. And as mentioned, you have these symbols at the top. Like this is a positive card. This one is a negative card. Of course, it would depend really on how you would read it, but that is more or less a guide of how the artist, Claire, wanted these cards to be. Let me move this to this side because it's a little more challenging. So when I first saw this, I really wanted it. I lusted after this deck for a while. I mean, I'm not particularly... This is one of the decks that I really wanted when I first started learning about tarot. So that's a little over a year ago, in 2021, when I first saw it. But since it was an indie deck, and of course at the time I didn't really know how to purchase my indie decks. I wasn't too sure, and it was really expensive to ship the deck from the States. So I just waited, and when I had a chance to get this in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, I jumped the chance, and I was so excited to get it. But when I had it, it's one of those decks that once I just couldn't seem to connect. Now, part of the reason for that, I think, is because, again, of my eyes. So I've talked about my eyes a lot in my videos, and essentially I have really bad eyesight. And sometimes details on the cards, or just because there's a lot of detail in this art, it just makes it difficult for me to focus and read, which is so frustrating for me, because I was really drawn to this deck when I first saw it. It's also not the type of art that I'm usually drawn to, but I wanted it. But when I had it, it's just so hard for me to read. And I really think it's my eyesight that's the problem here, because the keywords are amazing. I mean, there's a great balance of positive or light and dark, positive and negative meanings or light and dark meanings in the cards. The art is really well done. It's very evocative. It feels like you can really sink into the scenes, but at the same time, because it's so detailed, it's so crowded for me to process, and And yeah, so basically I just kept it and didn't really read with it. But a friend of mine asked if I had some decks for rehoming, and this was on the list, and she was interested. And now I'm glad that this deck will be going to a new home because I barely used it. It's still in pristine condition, and really it's it's a shame if I just kept it. But now I know that somebody will be getting it and hopefully give it a good home. I mean, look at these keywords. Like, there's so much you can get from that. Resistance. These guys. Retreat. Potential. I mean, it's really, really a great set of keywords, great art. The cardstock, I have no issues with it. I can shuffle it. But this card I love. I love this card, Epiphany. Some are quite strange, like this one for protection. But yeah, it's just so interesting to look at. I think that's one of the main reasons that I was really drawn to it. And I think it's just one of those things that when I see it on screen, it's a lot better than when I have it on hand. And I think I mentioned this before in my videos, that the reason I also do this flip throughs, aside from sharing the decks so that you also have an idea of what the decks look like in case you're interested in getting them and all that, is because it's my way of bonding with these decks. Because I seem to pick up the details, or I can focus more if it's on the screen. Again, I think it's really just how my eyes are set up or how my eyes function, and it's how my brain compensates and all that. But yeah, seeing it on screen helps me connect. And I think that's why when I first saw it on screen, I really thought that we would click. Once I had it, it just didn't work out that way. Alright, so as we usually do in these videos, let me zoom out. Let me give this a quick shuffle, and then we'll pull a card to read and see how the guidebook. So yeah, no issues with shuffling it. It feels sturdy. It feels like it will last. The cardstock is a little bit thick. For side shuffling though, it's a type of mat that does tend to clump, I think. Although maybe it's also because I don't use it much, so I figure the more you work with it, the more easy, or the easier it would be to shuffle this way. Okay, so let me just choose a card to read. And it says here erosion. And if we remember our symbols, I believe this means it has like a negative connotation. Alright, so from the little white book, it says erosion. It says, over time, patterns of repeated experience carve and sculpt our perceptions, like water through a canyon. Be aware of old conditioning, which may lead us on an eventual breakdown. Redirect unhealthy pathways of thought into new patterns of consciousness. So even the messages are just like so to the point. Yeah, I'll flip through some of the pages if you want to read, just so you have an idea of how it reads. You can just pause. And it's just that the art, I think, is too busy for me, too busy for my eyes. Like this card, and actually sometimes it just takes on a different how do I say it? It's like I process the image differently than what it is, which I don't know. So yeah, it's sad that I never really connected with this deck. But again, I'm glad that it is going to a friend who I hope would connect and bond with this deck, and I hope that she would give it a good home. So yeah, so this is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. I'll leave it with this card, which I like so much. And if you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos at least once a week, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!